Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Let's all begin with a prayer, centering ourselves, feeling the presence of the Masters. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, Friend, Beloved God, Great Masters, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashay, Swami Shri Yukteswar Ji, our beloved Guru, Paramhans Yogananda Ji, saints of all religions, dear friend and guide, Swami Kriyananda Ji, we humbly and lovingly bow at thy feet. Great ones, we are eternally grateful for your presence in our lives. Give us the strength that we may walk steadfast on this path given to us. We are your children. Discipline us, guide us, purify us until we achieve oneness with thee. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine, be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. I am thine, I am thine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine, be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. I am thine, I am thine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. I am thine, I am thine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. I am thine, I am thine. Prabhu मैं तुम्हारा मैं जाओ मेरे, हो जाओ मेरे, हो जाओ मेरे, हो जाओ मेरे, प्रभु मैं तुम्हारा तुम्हारा, प्रभु मैं तुम्हारा, मैं तुम्हारा, मैं तुम्हारा, प्रभु मैं तुम्हारा तुम्हारा, प्रभु मैं तुम्हारा, मैं तुम्हारा, मैं तुम्हारा, प्रभु मैं तुम्हारा तुम्हारा, हो जाओ मेरे, हो जाओ मेरे, हो जाओ मेरे, हो जाओ मेरे, प्रभु मैं तुम्हारा तुम्हारा, हो जाओ मेरे, हो जाओ मेरे, हो जाओ मेरे, हो जाओ मेरे, प्रभु मैं तुम्हारा तुम्हारा. Lord, I am thine, I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine, I am thine. Lord, I am thine, I am thine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. I am thine, I am thine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. I am thine, be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. I am thine, I am thine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. Be thou mine, oh, be thou mine. I am thine, I am thine. I am thine, I am thine, I am.
We'll take this next chant to a brief meditation.
Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I do see. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I do see. In the thought my mind of God, in the thought my mind of God, I taste thy name, so sweet, so sweet. Devotee knows how sweet you are. Devotee knows how sweet you are. He knows you. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I desire. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I desire. In the thought my mind of God, in the thought my mind of God, I taste thy name, so sweet, so sweet. Devotee knows how sweet you are. Devotee knows how sweet you are. He knows you. He knows you. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I see. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I see. In the dark thy mind of God, in the dark my mind of God, I taste thy name, so sweet, so sweet. Devotee knows how sweet you are. Devotee knows how sweet you are. He knows you know. He knows you know. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I see. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I see. In the dark my mind of God, in the dark my mind of God, I taste thy name, so sweet, so sweet. Devotee knows how sweet you are. 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 He knows you know. He knows you know. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I see. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I see. In the dark my mind of God, I taste thy name. So sweet, so sweet. Everything knows how sweet you are. Everything knows how sweet you are. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I see. Thou art my life, thou art my love, thou art the sweetness which I see. In the dark my mind of God, in the dark my mind of God, I taste thy name. So sweet, so sweet.
Let's sit upright, back away from the back of the chair, eyes closed, gaze gently uplifted, gazing at the point between the eyebrows, calling out to God and Gurus over there, the spiritual eye, saying, reveal thyself, reveal thyself. Let's meditate for about 10 minutes. While still meditating, let's listen to these words from the book Affirmations for Self Healing by Swami Kriyananda ji. This reading is on inspiration. Swamiji writes, inspiration is of two kinds: the rediscovery or rearrangement of thoughts that already exist in the subconscious mind, and the sudden appearance of new thoughts or new insights from the superconscious. This higher inspiration certainly is more to be desired than the lower, for it is based in truth and not in imagination. It is not always easy, however, to recognize the difference between lower and higher inspiration, particularly when the lower is vitalized by the emotions. When inspiration comes, receive it with calm love and see whether, untouched by emotion, its impulse grows stronger or weaker. Love is the water that nourishes true inspiration. Now, closing our eyes, let's affirm together: I hold my thoughts up to the calmness within.
I hold my thoughts up to the calmness within.
In calmness, I receive inspiration
In calmness, I receive inspiration
from my higher self.
from my higher self.
I hold my thoughts up to the calmness within.
I hold my thoughts up to the calmness within.
In calmness, I receive inspiration
In calmness, I receive inspiration
from my higher self.
from my higher self.
I hold my thoughts up to the calmness within.
I hold my thoughts up to the calmness within.
In calmness, I receive inspiration
In calmness, I receive inspiration
from my higher self.
from my higher self.
Now, whispering, I hold my thoughts up to the calmness within. In calmness, I receive inspiration from my higher self. Mentally, I hold my thoughts up to the calmness within. In calmness, I receive inspiration from my higher self. Now, one last time, gazing at the point between the eyebrows with deep concentration, I hold my thoughts up to the calmness within. In calmness, I receive inspiration from my higher self. Let's pray together. O Spirit, Thou art all truth. In Thee lies the solution to my every need. Inspire me now, Lord. Show me which path to follow of the many that lie before me. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We'll have a reading from Conversations with Yogananda.
This is reading number 131 from Conversations. In a lecture one day, he said, someone once asked me, is it possible to be inspired at will? I replied, not if you let inspiration control you, but if you are in control. You can call on it at will. One time, he continued, I was in my upstairs room at Mount Washington, preparing to attend a large banquet downstairs. 200 people were there, waiting. Someone asked me just then, would you give us a poem? Probably the thought was for Master to read that poem at the banquet. At once, I replied, take down these words. Sitting for a moment, I focused my mind at the point between the eyebrows, then dictated. O Father, when I was blind, I found not a door which led to thee. But now that thou hast opened my eyes, I find doors everywhere, through the hearts of flowers, through the voice of friendship, through sweet memories of all lovely experiences. Every gust of my prayer, opens an unentered door in the vast temple of thy presence. This poem, as it happened, was the first one I included in what later became the book of prayers and poems, named Whispers from Eternity. When that book was published, a London newspaper review stated, "There is one poem in this book that we cannot refrain from quoting," and this was the one they quoted. Inspiration, you see, the master concluded, can be called upon at will. To receive it, concentrate deeply at the spiritual eye in the forehead. At that point, then, demand to be given the inspiration you seek.
A reading now from Whispers of Eternity on the topic of endless thrills of delight. I attuned my life with thine. Now my life has become a long, unbroken inspiration. Thy fountain of bliss refreshes and delights me night and day, whether I be wakeful, fast asleep, or dreaming fondly of thee. Oh, what has become of me? Delight on overwhelming delight, endless, indescribable thrills of divine delight spray unceasingly over me. O aged nectar, wine of centuries, I found thee at last, and will taste of thy sweetness forever, forever, and forever.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the chanting. It was very hard for me to chant because I was tempted to just let go and close my eyes and enjoy the chanting, but then I realized I was at the harmonium, so I couldn't really pause myself. This was one real energetic chanting I had. I really deeply thank you for that, really. And just on the topic, and we had these two wonderful readings on inspiration and also master talking about endless thrill of delight. And the topic, as we know, is how do we stay inspired, or essentially how to be inspired for a lifelong of spiritual practices. Now there are two ways of approaching it. I'll say the same sentence, but probably in a different tone. One is lifelong of spiritual practices, or it could be lifelong of spiritual practices. Where do I go from lifelong? I mean, I can barely get by tomorrow. Where is lifelong over here? It seems quite hard, you know? And it made me reflect, like, first of all, really ask the question, is it even possible? Let's be real, is it even possible to be, can we stay inspired lifelong, to be, you know just energetic and be doing our practices? And when I was thinking about it, it made me reflect on our many of our acharyas, on Swamiji's life. And they've been on the path, like especially many of our senior acharyas, 40 years, 50 years. Many of them have passed on. They've held on to the inspiration till the end. And Swamiji, of course, was the height of inspiration. He would just keep writing music and books and give satsangs and lectures. So that was one. And then I had to take a hard look at myself and see, now, am I inspired? Because I'm in no position to say about lifelong, considering my age. We are too early to speak about lifelong right now. But then it struck me, and to answer the question really of can we stay inspired lifelong, I came up with an answer which is a good news and a bad news. I'm just creating some drama over here. But then we are yogis. We are supposed to see everything with an even eye and even minded and cheerful and whatnot. So I can't even say bad news. So we have a good news and a very good news. So the very good news is essentially the answer, that can I keep myself inspired to do my practices, to keep my attunement? The answer, the very good news is no. Now, how is that a very good news? Because the good news is even better. The good news is, like the reading said, by attuning ourselves to the divine, then comes the unbroken inspiration, the unbroken thrill, the unbroken devotion. other than by attuning ourselves to this great line of gurus or any guru which might be your path, I think it's not quite possible for us in our egoic selves to keep the inspiration high. If it was really on my own self, on my egoic self to keep inspired, one day I would be inspired, the next day I wouldn't be. And the next, it's just going to be ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs. And it just is not long lasting that way. And so the answer in simple, I could probably finish the satsang over here, but I think I didn't, travel all the way from Chandigarh for this, nor was I invited for this. Next time, Medha is going to be like, uh, probably let's not call him. But really, that is the answer to it. So everything which is going to follow, though, whatever we do, whether it be chanting, whether it be a meditation, whether it be the satsang, whether it be listening to Swamiji's music, whether it be reading Swamiji's books, the goal really is us trying to attune ourselves to them. And without that, it is going to be extremely hard to stay inspired. We have these curtains over here, and probably, I don't know which is east, which is west, so forgive me, but probably at some point the sun comes through. And if the curtains, especially if they are blackout curtains, nothing can come in through. Our job, essentially, through our practices, is to open these curtains, let the light flow in, let the grace flow in, let everything flow in. I'm just going to take a small detour from here, because I came here on Thursday. Yeah, we landed on Thursday, and the frequently asked question was, so how's it like at the monastery? What do you do at the monastery? So I thought I have a duty to kind of share a little bit on what we do, and hopefully that is also something which can be maybe inspiring. So let's see. Again, the other part, we can say that yes, I want to be inspired, I want to attune myself, but until we put out the energy, until I put out the energy, it's not going to work out. Like a friend of mine, he was leading a group, classes for a group of students, and they did their level 1 class of learning to meditate, and then religiously level 2 and level 3 and level 4. And there was this one particular student, whenever my friend would ask him, because he wouldn't show up for the class, he would just be like, my recording attend kar lunga, kind of thing, which happens very much so with online world. I'll see the recording, I've seen the recording. So finally, my friend had to ask him, so why are you not coming to these live classes? He said, and his classic answer was, jab guruji ki ichha hogi. I think everybody has heard this answer. Tab main aa jaunga. And he heard it like enough number of times that finally he had to tell him, next time when you sit to eat, don't eat. जब गुरुजी की इच्छा होगी तब आप खाना खाना. And I guess after that the students started coming. I didn't follow up on that, but I think we do have to put out the energy. We just can't hope that they will just fill us with inspiration. So it's a very fine balance, really. Like Swami Kriyananda ji would say, to be lucky, meet luck halfway through. So, similarly, in order to be inspired, we have to meet inspiration halfway through. In order to have the desire to meditate, sometimes we have to get to the meditation cushion and to the seat and to the altar. And sometimes, even to be inspired to come to the satsang, it's just like so many commitments trying to pull my energy and this and that. But, anyways, coming to a little bit from the monastery, because I kind of mentioned, I'll share about that. One thing which happened, again, an inspiration which came was when COVID hit in 2020, as we all know. um, our head monk Swami Devarshi, which many of you have met him, and soon some of you will be meeting him in September, or maybe some of you will be meeting him in next week. Some of you are going to Pune for the Kriyaban retreat. So, but anyways, he felt that it was now time. We used to be not too far away from you. We were in Khandala, or Lonavala, as you call it, and basically we had some place there which we were there during the COVID, and he felt it's now time for the monastery to have a physical place. We were renting out places and buildings and whatnot. So the inspiration struck that why don't we go to Chandigarh? And we said, okay, fine, this seems new. We were here and all the way move over there right in the middle of the pandemic. Anyways, long story short, he went to Chandigarh, he saw the place, it was just him, and somehow it was deep, again, inner attunement and commitment. He in fact only made a one way ticket, and he did not even decide to book a return ticket because he was pretty sure, I guess, that we weren't coming back. But here is the fun thing: we went, and before, so Neyaswami Shankara and Neyaswami Devarshiji went, and then after that, they were there just for 2 weeks, and they said, "Okay, guys, pack up. We are all moving to Chandigarh." We said, "Okay, here we are all settled, and this and." Life sends us surprises, and this was certainly for some of us. And then I was speaking to a friend of mine whom I was sharing with, and see, the goal was to build a physical monastery, to buy a piece of land, to construct, etc., etc., and grow our own food, which Swamiji very much encouraged to. He said, when difficult times come, it'll be very helpful to be able to grow your own food, all friends. And he was big on spiritual community too, all sincere seekers wanting to get together, which we see already some signs of building over here, slowly and gradually. So essentially, I was speaking to a friend of mine who was in the US. So he heard the news that we had essentially planned to move to Chandigarh. So his questions were very normal and not logical, but I had no answers for them. So he said, "You're moving to Chandigarh?" I said, "Yes." "So you found this piece of land which you're moving to?" I said, "Oh, no." His first question was, "So you've bought this piece of land where you're going to make your monastery?" I said, "No." He said, "Oh, so you found the piece of land where you're going to move to?" I said, "No." "So you at least know where around the area you're going to be there?" uh, Almost, kind of. We are not 100% sure, but we have the general vicinity where we want to be there. Acha. So you at least have the money to buy this piece of land? Not really. Okay, okay. So where are you going to go to Chandigarh? "Oh, we are going to rent out houses in the beginning." "Oh, so you at least have houses rented?" No. Which Have you at least found the houses where you're going to be? Not quite. And then he finally got frustrated. He said, "Where are you going to live? At the airport?" And I said, "No, no, it'll all work out." But the interesting thing is, we moved, and within a year, and now it's been more than a year, we have beautiful piece of land. Very soon the construction is going to start, and we have beautiful trees. There's growth happening. Rajas is in fact very much involved with growing the produce over there. And it all happened just because somebody had to put out the energy. Somebody had to say, now, of course, we all have to take the leap of faith in our lives to the degree we can. We have to be practical too. But this was the most practical thing at that point of time to do. And here comes the concept of magnetism. Inspiration, I said, I did speak about energy. I mentioned about energy. But as we put out energy, especially as we put out concentrated energy, focused energy, not restless energy, we attract an answer from the divine. We do. And I was sharing the story again with a few friends during a dinner a couple of days ago. And it so happened during Ananda's 50th year anniversary in 2019, some of the monks had traveled there, and we had put up a small boutique, like kind of thing, so that we could give some Indian things to them, like altars and malas. We could sell them, and it would also help us in our travel and all that. And Neyaswami Asha, some of you might have known her or seen her or read her books. She was having a bookstall right in front where she had just written the book Light Bearer, and she was giving signed copies. And the monks, us, we were so busy, just everybody was coming to the stall. They were like, "Can I have the rudraksha bead? Can I have the mala? Can I have the altar? Can I have a shawl? Can I have this?" And I was literally on my this device which was given to me. They said, "This is how you collect payments over here." I said, "Okay, fine." So I just kept collecting credit cards, and this was happening. It was just small things, but essentially it was just so much magnetism and dynamism. And this was just for 2 3 hours. And later she walked up to one of the monks and she said, you know I saw there was so much magnetism in there that if you had rocks, you could be selling those too and people will buy it. And sometimes inspiration is like that. It doesn't have to be that, oh, now suddenly, now finally, I'm going to withdraw this thing into my life. The more we keep putting out energy, the more we keep drawing energy, the more we go with faith. That's a very important thing. Oftentimes we end up doubting ourselves. I have certainly doubted myself so many times. But the point is, again, there is nothing to really rely on ourselves. uh, if we are doubting ourselves, it's not us we are doubting, we are really doubting them. And I'll tell you, I'm very skillful at messing things up, and even then they somehow find a way to make it all right. For the first 1 year when I came to Ananda, I had broken 2 frames of Swamiji and 1 frame of Master at the center, and I'm still here. So you can see that despite our quirky personalities, we all goof up on things and do things which are not necessarily sometimes the highest, and we begin, am I really good? Is master really, does he love me? Can he work through me? Yes, he can. He certainly can. I share this story from time to time because it's from the story of a disciple of master's life. We hear of many disciples of masters. We hear about Swami Kriyananda, whose picture is right there. We hear 400 pieces of music, 150 books, and then we look at ourselves in the mirror and just like, what's happening here? Not even written a book or a piece of music. And then we hear about his most advanced disciple, Rajarshi Janakananda, again multimillionaire, and put out so much energy, willpower, had such deep attunement with master. We hear about Sister Gyanamata, we hear about Oliver Black, we hear about these great disciples that sometimes it just can feel like lifelong again. I mean, I don't know if I can do something like what they did. But then this is the story of a disciple. His name was James Collar, and he in fact was, I can relate to him a little bit more sometimes, because he had what master called, or Swamiji called, as commotion karma. Whatever he did, things would get really, really messed up. In fact, master said, let me do, I think I have a reading from Conversations with Yogananda. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yes, I do. Let's read it on master's own words. It's going to be interesting to give a little character explanation of James Collar. James Collar was walking on the beach in Encinitas, the master told us, when I saw a light around him. Divine Mother was showing me that James is a saint. She told me, in fact, that he will be liberated in this lifetime. I don't know how, the master continued with a laugh, but Divine Mother says so, therefore it must be so. James was the disciple who, while driving back to Los Angeles from Phoenix, had eaten a hamburger or two, for which Master had gently reproached him. James wasn't particularly good at following rules. He is most peculiar, the Master once said of him. He phones me at any time of the day or night, but he has a strong devotion. That is what takes one to God. He is like a mouthful of hot molasses, too hot to swallow, but too sticky to spit out. Despite everything, he'll be freed in this life. I'll read that again. Despite everything, he will be freed in this life. What would signify James' freedom? Swamiji writes. This isn't a question for true devotees to ask. James' freedom, unless Master chose to volunteer the information, was between himself and God. So, to what degree of freedom, how free, that's a different story. But Master did say that he'll be free in this lifetime. And to add another story, just not the hamburger, I think this might be a fun one too. He was once at the ashram, and there was a devotee. The ducks were, I think I have the essence of the story right, even if not the exact facts. That in this ashram there would be ducks lining around the property, and there was a devotee who had a BB gun, like a shotgun, not like a gun which you shoot people with. But anyways, the gun was to scare the ducks away so that they don't kind of linger around and in the property. And James saw this devotee doing this, and he just went. He just like a very critical, slightly probably judgmental reproach. But then what happened was, when this other devotee had left, he left his BB gun somewhere there, and James just went and he picked up, and he was looking at what this gun was all about, and he accidentally shot it, and it went to the duck, and the duck got injured. And this was his again commotion karma. No matter what he was doing, boom, just like I was just looking at the gun. And the story doesn't end over here. Somebody was residing at the ashram. They did not know James. They reported him to the police, and the police came to the ashram and created a big scene, because she said, this person who saw James, she said, somebody has been killing the ducks over here, police, please come over here. And yet even he, just to remind all of us, even he, master said, will find God in this lifetime. Now that is very hopeful. But then again, what did Master emphasize on? The devotion which he had, the attunement, the love which he had for Master. That was very, very, very important. And that is the case for each one of us. We slip, we fall. Sometimes things do happen. Every devotee's life is filled with challenges. And but it'll be all the more sweeter when we make it to the end, because then we'll have interesting stories like those of James Scholar. We'll also have some of our own stories to say, or maybe people will say about it. Now, coming to the other side of the inspiration part of it, this is light and fun. But yes, there is also a need of a little bit of self discipline sometimes. And here I'm actually going to read a letter from Sister Gyanamata, the mother of wisdom, because sometimes, just if we go by the wind of it, today I'm feeling inspired, I'll meditate. Today I'm not feeling inspired, I'll not meditate. Today I'm feeling inspired, I'll serve. Today I'm not feeling inspired, I'll not serve. And if that were the case, then it can take a very long time for us to get to our goal, which we are trying to get to. So let's listen to Sister Gyanamata. And this is very Sri Yukteswar like letter filled with wisdom and advice, but we'll tune into it the way it applies to each one of us. Sister writes, Dear blank, so you can fill your name in there. When devotion fails to support us, or when, like you, we think we have none, then duty must step into the breach. The more opportunity I have to study the lives of those who are practicing meditation, the more I'm convinced that hand in hand with it should go the practice of good old fashioned virtues. It's a big letter, so I'm just going to skip a little forward. And she says, what does good behavior consist of? In the careful, watchful regulation of our daily conduct to each other when we do not feel like it. Again, when we do not feel like it. For of course, if one feels like it, such right conduct becomes natural and automatic. Since we are human beings and not machines, it becomes necessary for us to be vigilant in the exercise of self control. It can all be put into a few words. We must do what we know to be right, whether we feel like it or not. You have, and she's actually scolding this slightly devotee who had written to her, you have not been doing this. You have simply not been behaving. And I know why. You have been engaged day and night in the thought of yourself. Because of this, a great chance to serve Paramhansaji, a great chance to cement the bond between you and the rest of your group by unselfishly helping them at a time when they needed you, has passed by you. We have fought a good fight, but you were not here, said a French king once to a subject who stayed away when he was needed. Let the little self whine if it will. Turn your back on it. Concentrate on your behavior. You asked me what we could do if we had no devotion. I have told you. With love in God and Guruji, sister. So I just want to highlight a few words here. One, she says, we must do what we know to be right, whether we feel like it or not. So sometimes, yes, if it feels a bit difficult to meditate, let's just go ahead and do it. I'll share a very interesting story. This was not too long ago, and there was many meetings, and there was just a lot of traveling and everything happening. But what we had decided, let's say this was on a Saturday morning, and there was a group of 30 of us, and Jyotish and Deviji were there. And in the morning, Deviji said, why don't we start tomorrow morning from 6 to 9 a.m., a morning meditation for 3 hours? It'll be very nice for us to do it. So when you discuss, like if I tell you now at 11 a.m. in the morning that tomorrow 6 a.m., it seems, yeah, why not? But then the day kicks in, we get busy. And so that is what happened. We went from one corner of the city to the other corner of the city, had so many meetings, had so many engagements. And this was then finally I saw my clock and it was 9:30 and we were still in the night and we were still having things to do. And I thought, how are we going to make it at 6 a.m. in the morning? By the time I reach home, it's going to be like 11, 12, and I have to start in the morning from my place at 4:30. So I came up with a plan. I started asking some of my group guys, don't you think it'll be nice if we do a little later meditation, perhaps? And everybody, either they were very wise or they were putting me in a trap. They said, that's a very good idea. You should talk to Jyotish and Deviji about it. I, I said, okay, this seems like a good idea to me. And so I went and I said, and they were having dinner then. And I said, Deviji, she said, yes. It seems pretty. And this is how, Maya can be very tricky. It's not about me being tired. Jyotish and Devi are tired. They need a rest. They need to come up, wake up early. It's not about me. It's about them. So I'm thinking about them. This is how Maya can be really, really tricky. And that's where it says over here, you have been engaged day and night in the thought of yourself. I was thinking about myself, but I was really, trying to use somebody else's name. So I went to her. I said, Deviji, we've had all a long day and you might want to rest also. Do you think we should start a little later tomorrow morning? Perhaps maybe have a shorter meditation? She just, she was listening to me as she just turned to me. She said, that's a good idea. But since we have committed ourselves to it, let's just go ahead and do it anyways. And then she turned back and started having her dinner again. And I was just like standing there and looking. And then we showed up in the morning, everybody at 6 a.m. And it was a very deep meditation. Now, did I feel like it? Absolutely not. Did I go ahead and do it? Well, I was forced to in this case because I was the face of this whole thing of let's change the time. But it was an important lesson for me to learn also, that it's not about, oh, I'm feeling like it, I'm tired today. Okay, sometimes we do need to give the body a rest, sometimes we do need to give the body its fair share, but sometimes we do have to be a little strict with ourselves. Otherwise it can take a long time before we get inspired again to show up ourselves at the meditation room. A friend of mine once said, I think, this was as a joke, but also in truth, he said, there are some times when, in the past in my life, it has happened, my meditation asan, it has accumulated some dust because nobody has gone there. So, or there has been dust on the face of the masters on my altar because nobody has been, looking at them and cleaning them. Let's not let any dust accumulate on our asan or on the altar. And I don't mean it physically. That's fine. If it happens physically, okay. But let's, at least in our practices, let's be steadfast and go with it. And just to summarize, be full of energy, be magnetic. And now a few final last tips. Come here. It was just so enjoyable to chant together. It's just so enjoyable to meditate together. It's just so enjoyable to talk to one another. Guru Bhais inspire us. So I really hope that with this, we can have a lifelong of spiritual practices and our spiritual aspirations we can fulfill. And hopefully by the end of life, like Sister Gyanamata, when she left her body, she said, joy. Oh, what joy. And I really hope for each one of us, when time comes for us to leave, which I think it will, joy. Oh, what joy. God bless you all. I think we'll have an arti. Yeah.
I will sing thy name and will ring. I need a chant book, sorry. Just forgetting the key from it itself. Yeah.